as well as opened small retail chain businesses to others so that they can have a source of livelihood. All these initiatives drew a lot of admiration locally and internationally, making Lizzie win coveted accolades such as the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Women category in 2018, Dyer Award Entrepreneur of the Year, the Top Women in Business Award, the Trailblazer Women in Business of the Year Award in 2018, and was also among the top 100 Kenyans in 2021. Lizzie was also appointed by the chair, as the chair, Kenyatta University Alumni Association Interim Board by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Wainaina. Lizzie's philanthropy was not merely a financial contribution. It was a personal investment in the well-being of others. Her hands-on approach, be it in volunteering at local charities or organizing community events, showcased her dedication to making a tangible difference in the lives of the less fortunate. In times of crisis, Lizzie was a pillar of support. Her acts of kindness extended beyond material assistance. She offered a shoulder to lean on, a comforting word, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, there is hope and compassion. As we bid farewell to Lizzie, let us carry forward the torch of her philanthropic spirit. Let us be inspired to embrace the needs of our community, just as she did, and to find joy in the act of giving. May her legacy of philanthropy live on in the countless lives she touched. And may we be motivated by her example to create a world where kindness knows no boundaries. Parting is such a sweet sorrow. Lizzie had enjoyed a lifetime of good health until 2018, when she started developing acid reflux symptoms. She got treated at Aga Khan Hospital, but the symptoms did not completely disappear. She could complain of head congestion, though it was manageable. The year 2022, Lizzie started losing weight and feeling tired, which slowed down her normal work routine. Around February 2023, she was diagnosed with cancer, which was at an advanced stage. She went to India for treatment, and after her chemotherapy, she bounced back. She bounced back to life and even managed to grace Nibs' 14th graduation in October 2020. Around November, she started developing complications that saw her go back to the hospital. Early January 2024, she started vomiting and developed difficulties in walking and was admitted in Aga Khan Hospital. She was later discharged and went back home, where she was observed under nurse care from Aga Khan. On the fateful morning of Sunday 14th, the nurse called the family at home where she was recovering and informed them that Lizzie's organs were failing, and at around 12:30 noon, Lizzie took her last breath, surrounded by family members. As we celebrate the life of an exemplary lady whose humility would not have permitted her to see or refer to herself that way, we pay growing tribute to a life of love, service, and dedication to the less fortunate. Fare thee well, ma'am. Treasured Shosho, sweet sister, cherished auntie, beloved friend, and an honored colleague, you have been truly strong to serve. To God be the glory.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a fortress of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. This is my story, this is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long.
Quite a detailed eulogy, thoughtfully written, reflecting the true person that Liz was, and well read by Brother Allan Njenga. Let us appreciate him. Thank you very much, Njenga, for beautifully presenting that eulogy. You agree with me that it has covered quite a huge percent of what people would say here. And therefore, as we go to other speeches,